everybody. My name is Tashika Lawson and I am with the Historic Westside Revitalization. So today is Tuesday, November the 2nd, and it is 5:04 p.m. So as you know, we like to be out in the community trying to, just get information and push information. That's one of the primary functions of our organization. So we wanted to make sure that we started off today by making sure that you guys know about a couple of items. So the items that we're looking at today are going to be starting off with the nonprofit or the applications for nonprofits to apply for the CDBG, which is the Community Development Block Grant, along with two other grants are going to be available through the City of Las Vegas through November the 18th. So it will be closing in a little over 2 weeks right now. So if you are interested and you are a nonprofit organization, you are a 501c or you're a 501, whatever designation that you may have, please make sure that you call over to the City of Las Vegas Grant Writing Department or the Grants Department to get some information about what each one of the grants do. This is going to be very important because these are awarded in two-year increments, which means that after these are awarded, we won't be able to get access to these again for 2 years. If you are a person who's looking for certain initiatives like homelessness, you're trying to address homelessness, housing, food insecurity. These are very common things that you would be able to address with a couple of these grants. So please contact Angela Washington with the City of Las Vegas. If you are interested in applying for any of those grants, she would be able to let you know the things that you're going to need and the things and how you're going to be able to prepare. Also, if you would like to actually take the technical writing workshop, this is going to be a workshop that the City of Las Vegas is going to be hosting on the 4th of this week, and that's going to be from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and then again from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Let me just confirm, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. This is going to be held at City Hall. It is going to be held on the first floor in training rooms 1 and 2. So if you are interested in participating, please make sure that you reach out to, her name is Vanessa Valdez. So just call into the City of Las Vegas and say that you're interested in signing up for the workshop. Please make sure that you either do it tomorrow or I'm not sure if you're going to be able to enroll the day of. So if you have not signed up for the technical workshop yet, please make sure that you do that because again, there's not going to be very many opportunities for us to actually get information that is going to be coming directly from the horse's mouth, and that being the city, about the things that we need to get done inside of the historic West Side. So these are this is part of what we need to be able to do. If you are a nonprofit organization and you currently is trying to seek funding and you're not sure if these would align with you, this technically would be a workshop that you want to be able to attend to find out if you actually have the capacity to do some of the things, the initiatives that are in each one of these grants, or if there's possibility of partnering with the City of Las Vegas on other initiatives that they may have. We see that there's a lot of movement, especially if you're looking through the SNCC board, which is the Southern Nevada Enterprise Community board. This is a group of people who are representatives across all of the cities and the state and county that are going to have the ability to actually be movers and shakers to get things done. So if you have the ability, please make sure that you check out the next SNCC meeting as well. They should be selecting 2 of their board members for that. But at the very least, coming back, we want to make sure that you can apply for these grants if you are eligible. This is not money that we see very often, especially for the CDBG grant. This is money that was previously used by a couple of places like Catholic Charities and Salvation Army. These are incumbents that we see that are always awarded these funds. However, if you have all of your stuff buttoned up and you have a presentation, your strategic plan, and you can show your capacity to be able to get this. Last year, we believe they were left with more than $500,000 that was in this fund that needed to go somewhere. So please make sure that you get your stuff in, because if somebody else proves them, if you are not awarded even a little bit, and from what we see, this is something that not all of the funds were used last time, and then it was simply redistributed to people who already received the money. So at the very least, there is the opportunity that possibly in a year from now, there may be a redistribution of money for you to be able to get access to it. So make sure that you do that. We also have the next thing is going to be looking at, sorry, I usually have a paper. The next thing we wanted to make sure that everybody is aware of is that there is for the 2022 African American Trailblazer Awards. Please make sure that if you are a person who's inside of the Historic West Side, or you are a family member of somebody who you believe is a trailblazer, they were, an advocate, a civil rights, leader of the civil rights movement, people who you believe are. So we have people who have the couple of categories that are currently up are going to be for Business and Economic Advancement Award, Community Activism and Politics Award, the Educator Award, and then the Tyrone Thomas Emerging Leader Award. So those are some of the awards that they're currently putting out there, along as the Spiritual Community Award. These are people we can nominate, so make sure that you're checking that out. If you would like to actually register or submit your nomination, please go to www.lasvegasnevada.gov/Trailblazer Award, no S in the middle. This is going to be one of those places where some of the people who are going to be nominated are going to be going into the park over at Enterprise Park, that is supposed to be opening either late December or early of next year. We're not exactly quite sure when that's going to be happening, but we wanted to make sure that if that is something that you would like to be able to keep your eye on, make sure that you're following the city of Las Vegas. They usually have random releases under their news release section, because it may not always come to you as regular news. We wanted to make sure that at the very least everybody knows we had quite a few events that actually happened over the weekend. One of the events that we actually were able to participate in was actually going over to one of the communities inside of the West Side to make cookies, and to make cookies with teenagers, and actually have a cookie painting event with the kids. So seeing as how there are a lot of children in most of our pictures, that's the only reason why we haven't published them. But please make sure that if you are a person who's interested in doing things like that, that you're trying to find other organizations that may need a little bit of support. I know that someone reached out to our organization to see if we had any volunteers or anybody who is currently available who may be able to help. We may not be able to do everything, but we'll lend a hand wherever we're able. So that was awesome and amazing. We heard this is actually the best turnout that they have ever had in the more than 20 years that they've actually been in existence. We had a lot of kids actually come down to play games. They were clamoring to get into the youth center while we were actually inside baking the cookies with the teenagers. The teenagers were really excited to actually learn like a new skill, especially when it came to baking, and actually being able to get some attention for themselves and have something new come into their lives. So they had a good time. The kids who actually got to paint all of the cookies had a fantastic time. You should have seen some of them. They were amazing. But those are the types of things that we want to make sure that we are actually helping to contribute to our community, because we know that, if you can, if you can reach one child and you're able to reach one, teach one, is one of the things that we actually hear often, and is one of the things that we really love actually trying to do. So we were excited. We're going to be doing the same thing out in the community for Thanksgiving, so that we can actually have cookies and turkey. Kids are going to be basically making larger cookies where they can actually paint turkeys. So we're looking forward to seeing things like that. We don't actually see a lot of things where we actually have our kids having hands-on experience. They were excited. They almost couldn't wait for the actual icing on any of their cookies to dry, which was so rewarding to us. We were so excited to actually see so many people come in and ask questions about what we were doing. So that was amazing. We have a couple other things. Yesterday was the community meeting, was the neighborhood meeting for the historic West Side. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make it because we actually had previous engagements, but would like to make sure that we reach out to everybody. If you are in an organization and you would like to make sure that we like us to participate so that we can highlight you on here, please make sure that you reach out. We would love to make sure that we have other people know about different agencies that are out there, such as LABAPSI. This is actually a community organization that has a specific task of trying to actually help bring equity to the West Side schools when it comes to making sure that our kids are actually being put first. These women are doing an amazing job. They're trying their best. They're sitting in front of the people who are making laws and actually setting all of the rules in our schools, and they are fighting very hard to make sure that our kids actually get the same treatment as everyone else. So this is an organization. It's called LABAPSI, and that's LVABSE.org. So please visit them. If you're able to donate to their organization, please make sure that you do. We'll try to see if we can highlight another organization every time that we come on. And then that way everybody knows that we are trying to make sure that we're reaching out around us to talk to different entities and different advocates and community members, businesses, so that we can actually start moving forward. One of the last things we wanted to actually talk to you guys about today was we actually have one of the last things that we wanted to make sure that we talk to everybody today is businesses. We don't actually have a crazy amount of businesses that are coming in, but if you hear anything through the grapevine that will help for us to actually inform the community better, because we can't be everywhere all the time, please make sure that you're sending that information in, because we will read that information in and we will try our best to vet it to make sure that it is good and factual, and get the information out to the widest variety, the widest audience possible. This is also going to be important because from what we can see, the Westside community used to work on a very effective grapevine system. Whereas I got information, I told 2 people, those 2 people told 2 people, and so on and so forth. So it was allowed for us to be able to spread news like actual wildfire. Seeing as how we are actually trying to ignite change, this is actually one of the best ways that we can see doing it, is simply once you get information that you know to be truthful, and not everybody is going to have access to the same information. So it's important for us to be able to share the information between each other so that the people who may be affected either directly or indirectly are actually able to hear that. So we don't have a crazy amount of stuff that we wanted to talk about today, but we do want to make sure that everybody is aware that we will have city council meetings going to be starting tomorrow for the city of Las Vegas. And there should be another city of North Las Vegas happening. So city of Las Vegas, city council usually happens at 9 a.m. over at city council steps on city council for the city of Las Vegas. And if you are looking for the city of North Las Vegas, that usually happens at 4 p.m. Both of them are actually live. You can either tune in to their TV stations by going online to their websites. And now, at the very least, we now know that the city of Las Vegas allows for you to interact as an interactive audience via YouTube, so you can actually chat live, which is a great feature. We're really excited to be able to see something like that. That way you don't actually have to attend in person, but you may be able to actually put your comments in as they're actually talking. So that is something we're looking forward to being able to see, and we're trying our best to get into a couple of different avenues. We're actually talking to different community members and then people who are currently outside of our communities to see if we can actually get some traction when it comes to getting partners who can actually help get some of the development started. We've been told by a couple of people that they just want for us to be able to get one project started. So if you are a person and you have a project and you would like to get something started, at the very least, we may be able to connect you to the people who can help you get it done. We can't make any promises when it comes to actually being able to make the projects and bring the money, because it depends on individual situations. But at the very least, if you need to find out who is doing something that may actually help to advance your project inside of the city of Las Vegas, please reach out to us. That way we can actually give you the contact of who may be able to actually help to address that issue. So if you are a person who happens to be inside of the West Side, we also have a item that's going up on the November 18th agenda, which is going to be for the diversity and inclusion for the city of Las Vegas. So make sure that if you have anything that has to do with diversity and inclusion, they're going to be doing a presentation. We're really looking forward to seeing if there is actually changed since the last time that we've seen it come before City Hall. That is pretty much it for today. We're not going to have any crazy, no crazy rants for me today, sadly, but that's okay. I'm sure that there's going to be something that will, aggravate everybody and blow the tops off of some people, but we're really looking forward to talking to you guys next time. We will be updating we got a couple of events that we got over the weekend, so we wanted to wait until today until we posted everything. So please check us out. We will actually be adding items like the city councils for the next month. We'll try to see if we can find them scheduled out through the rest of the year, but we may actually have to contact the city councils directly to see if we can get some live links that actually go directly from our site so that you don't actually have to try to go between one entity and the other trying to find the link. So that is going to be it for us today. We really enjoy making sure that we talk to you guys and try to give out as much information as possible. And don't forget, if you are a 501c, there is a workshop that's going to be happening this week. It's going to be happening on Thursday. They're holding 2 workshops, technical workshops about the grants that are actually available currently through the city of Las Vegas. This is going to be at the City Hall on the first floor in training rooms 1 and 2. The first class or first technical training is going to be from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. and the second one is going to be from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. So if you are a person, again, and you have a 501c and you've been trying to figure out how you may be able to get funding to do what you actually need, we know that there is a vast network of people who are inside of the West Side who are doing good work. These are going to be the types of grants and conversations and places that you're going to want to show up to so that you can ask questions, because just remember, it's not only these grants that are available. There are multiple grants across all of the jurisdictions that are going to be available. But it's important for you guys to show up to ask the questions, because if nobody asks for us to actually have more workshops and for us to actually have more technical trainings on how we can actually get these grants and get these different projects that are coming up inside of the West Side, where we'll never get to see ourselves reflected in the people who are actually doing the work and actually being awarded. Because remember, they are awarding it. They're looking at us and they're judging us based on our merit. And I know, based on all of the people that we talk to in the West Side, we do a lot of good work, probably some of the best work that I see done in the entire town. So make sure that if you have time, even if you yourself don't have time, send a representative who may have time, who may be able to, at the very least, ask the questions, take some notes, and be able to get some of the takeaway and contacts that are necessary for us as a community to move forward. So that is pretty much all I wanted to make sure that we got today. And I think that that's it. So we will talk to you guys next time. And as always, we're very happy to see everyone. And you guys have a great night. We'll see you on Saturday.